Hello and welcome to Eye on Ocean County. I'm Laura Jones, and today we have a very special guest. Her name is Michele Livingston. She is a visionary, medium, and author, and we are so happy to have her here today.
Thank you for inviting me here.
Oh, so nice to see you. You know, a lot of people want to know that they'll look at you and they'll say, "Oh, she's a psychic," and that isn't what it is that you do. So, explain to me first of all, so the audience out there understands. What is a visionary? What is a medium?
A visionary is able to see energy around an individual. And I'm an artist, Laura. I've been painting since I was a girl. I have degrees in art. I taught art. So I feel that the artist within me helps me to see through the realms of spirit. And there are many different realms. There are many different dimensions.
Now, tell me a little bit about some of the symbols that are used or that are communicated to you. Because, again, you don't predict the future. You just communicate what you see around an individual.
And I'm also the bridge between this dimension and the heavenly realms. My great-grandmother was a visionary, and I wanted to, before I get into symbols, just tell you a little bit about her. She was a plain lady, and where I come from, there are Amish, Mennonite, and she was a dunker. And this goes way back to the turn of the century, but she had the gift, and she was able to read for people. So sometimes it comes down generational lines. Other times people just get vibes or feelings about things. So you've heard about women's intuition or sixth sense.
Right.
Well, we all have it.
Right.
And so I try to also teach awareness is the key.
When did you know that you had a gift and it wasn't just an intuition?
I started to see symbols, there we go, around individuals, initials, and it always meant something to them.
Now, how old were you when this
It was
happened?
about 20 years ago.
Okay, all right.
There's a saying, to whom much is given, much is required. So I feel I wasn't mature enough to be able to handle the gift until I reached a certain age.
Now, did you know what was happening once you started seeing things around people, or did you think, oh, boy, I'm tired, I need some rest here, or I'm dreaming?
It's a real experience for me. It's like a roller coaster ride. I see them in rapid motion. And as you were asking me a minute ago about symbols, the spirit realms, of course, work telepathically, mind to mind. They don't have a physical body to communicate with. So they will learn how to work with my frames of reference. A salute may mean July, or it can also mean a military connection in family. This can mean cancer, or this can mean breast cancer. So what they're doing is they're literally giving me impressions, sounds, colors, and even sometimes birthstones to lead me to say a certain month. It could be a birth month of the person I'm with, talking to, or the birth month of someone they want to acknowledge.
Well, because I have to mention to the audience, I said, wow, you have a beautiful necklace. It's an amethyst. February is my birthday.
That's
and
right. That's right.
And that wasn't intentional.
Well, you never know.
You never know. Now,
No,
you've written a number of books, and I've got a stack of them here. One is called Messages from Beyond. You also have another one called Miraculous Encounters, stories about connecting with the other side. But it's not to talk to the people in the audience. It's not a big hocus pocus.
No.
You're a very spiritual person. You're a very religious person. And a lot of times that doesn't jive with people. They think, oh, this is something that is witchcraft almost.
Right.
What do you say to those?
I'm an ordained minister. I grew up Presbyterian. And even in a biblical sense, there were visions and there were signs and wonders and things like that. So I use the gift wisely. I work a lot with parents who have lost children, compassionate friends. And that's very devastating because many times parents will think, of course, that their children will outlive them. And in a way, it's very, but it's also very rewarding. It's very comforting for people because it's so final when someone takes their last breath. And that's it. And but we do get feelings about them. Dreams are very important. They communicate through dreams. Electrical occurrences, they communicate through that.
When you say electrical occurrences, what do you mean by that?
The soul is electromagnetic energy, and the soul is what I connect with. So lights may flicker in a home, or the volume on the television set gets louder. Also fragrance, cologne, smoke, whatever. They work 10 different ways to communicate. So
10 different ways. And can you go over those briefly?
Dreams, electrical occurrences, sense in the air, feeling them with warmth or chills, seeing them while awake, and they can send messengers in the form of birds, butterflies, dragonflies. When you see something with wings, it's the symbol of the soul.
Really?
So butterflies are pretty big.
Oh, interesting, interesting. So what is the person to make the next time they see a butterfly? Is that, somebody trying to communicate, or could it just be a butterfly floating by?
Well, you need to connect the dots. So if your grandmother loved red and she loved cardinals or birds, she will send you a cardinal. If your mother...
Okay, you just flipped me out right there.
Did you see cardinals? No?
No, there's a cardinal, and I call him Cardinal Lou, because last year, because I'm from Louisville, and Louisville, the University of Louisville is the Louisville Cardinals, and there was a cardinal that would knock on my window. So I named him Cardinal Lou, and then he just disappeared. And I don't know what to make of that, and my grandmother's favorite color was red.
And she passed over?
Yes.
There you go. There's connecting the dots, the cardinal. I just used that as an example off the top.
So you weren't seeing anything there, but you used it. But
no, I'm just using it as an example.
But still, I think it's a little ironic that you bring that up.
And even we were talking about birthstones. If they show me an emerald, it can mean the month of May, it can mean the name of May, or it can mean Ireland, the Emerald Isle.
Oh, interesting.
So these impressions and sounds are coming at me, Laura, so quickly. And thank heavens I've learned how to decode them, because it's like a sign language, basically.
Now, you can do this in person, you can do this by phone,
Yeah.
but if somebody's coming to you for a reading, what do they need to know? Do they need to come to you with questions, or say somebody has just lost a loved one? Can they expect to definitely communicate with that person?
It's a little unpredictable that way, because the human soul has free choice and free will, and I cannot pull a soul into a reading, nor would I want to. It depends how strong the energy is of the soul that's crossed over. It depends what they're doing. The soul, which is eternal and indestructible, is ever spiritually growing and learning on the other side. So sometimes they're off on other endeavors. But usually they get what they need, the comfort they need, and the hope. Because, as I said, it's so final. Where are my loved ones? Where is my child?
It is, when you lose someone, even if it is to old age, sometimes it'll just click, oh gosh, I can't talk to them. And my grandmother's been gone since the 90s, and sometimes I still think, oh, I wish I could talk to her. And it's really hard to get your mind around that. Now, if folks out there, if you are interested in getting a reading, you can go to MicheleLivingston.com. We also have the phone number we're going to put up, because you do phone readings as well as person-to-person. And coming up May 23rd, you're going to be in Voorhees for a Mind, Body, Spirit Expo. You can get all this information, again, off the website. Now, we're going to bring two other people in just a little bit, but first I want to ask you if you're seeing anything off of me. And is it normally, before I start that, do you see negative, positive, or is it usually?
It's the love and the light.
Okay.
It's basically the good side.
So you don't have to be afraid.
You don't have to be afraid. And programs like Ghost Whisper and Medium, it's a Hollywood version, and it's over the top. And basically what they're dealing with are energies that are somewhat earthbound. And what I deal with is the love and the light and the heavenly realm. So whoever comes through, after I say a prayer of protection, and I believe in the power of prayer, they are definitely from the light. And sometimes I do see angels, by the way. Angels are not human souls. They are light beings.
Oh, interesting.
They are different frequency, actually.
Okay, all right. Well, I'm being told that we have a commercial break, so we'll get to the prayer in the break, and then we'll see what you may be seeing off of me, and then we'll introduce you to our first guest.
All right.
We want you to stay with us. Our guest today, Michele Livingston. She is a visionary, medium, and author. Stay with us.